Moreover, the yogin should recollect the community by saying, "The community are my true companions on the way to nirvana. Joined with it in the same discipline and the same vision, I should be joyful, respect it wholeheartedly, follow it and not be in opposition to it. Previously I had bad people as my companions, women, sons, slaves, etc. They accompanied me in the 3 bad destinies. Now that I have noble people as companions, I go in safety to nirvana. The Buddha is like the king of physicians, the Dharma is like good medicine and the community is like a nurse. I must obtain pure discipline and right thought. I must undergo the medication prescribed by the Buddha. The community is the sole means for me to cut through the sickness of the bonds. It is my nurse. This is why it is necessary to recollect the community. 2. Furthermore, the community has immense perfections of discipline, concentration and wisdom, and the depth of its virtues cannot be plumbed. The Dhanapati who excluded the sramaneras from his invitation. Thus a noble wealthy banker who had faith in the community said to the steward of the samgha, "I invite the monks in order of seniority to dine with me." Day after day, he invited them in order. But when the day came for the turn of the novices, the steward did not allow him to accept the invitation. The sramaneras said, "Why do you not allow us to accept the invitation?" He replied, "Because the patron does not like to invite the young monks." Then he spoke this stanza. Bearded men with hair white as snow, whose teeth have fallen out and whose faces are wrinkled, who walk bent over with decrepit bodies. Those are whom the Dhanapati likes to invite. Now these sramaneras were all great arhats. Like lions struck on the head, they leaped up from their seats and spoke these stanzas. This Dhanapati is a stupid man. He sees forms and does not see virtues. He neglects the young, and receives only decrepit ancient men. Moreover, the Buddha has uttered these gathas. The one who is called venerable is not necessarily old. There are old men, decrepit, bearded and with white hair, who have grown old in vain and inwardly are without virtue. He who, abandoning the fruits of wrongdoing and of merit, energetically practices continence and renounces everything, he is truly called venerable. Then the sramaneras had this thought. We should not passively look at this Dhanapati who measures good and evil in the samgha. And they again spoke these stanzas. Our hearts remain unchanged under praise and blame. But this man denigrates the Buddha and the Dharma. We cannot help but instruct him. Let us go quickly to his dwelling place to teach him the Dharma. It would truly be a great pity if we did not save him. Then all the sramaneras changed their bodies and became transformed into old men. Their beards and hair were white as an owl. Their heavy eyebrows covered their eyes. The skin was wrinkled like waves. Their spine was bent like a bow and they walked leaning on a stick. According to their turn, they received their invitation and started out, all faltering with unsteady pace. One would have said they were white poplars shaken by the wind. Seeing them coming, the Dhanapati rejoiced, went to meet them, greeted them and made them sit down. When they were seated, they resumed the youthful forms. Startled, the Dhanapati said to them, "These distinguished old men have recovered the youth, as if they had drunk the elixir of youth. How does such a miracle come about?" The sramaneras said to him, "Do not feel any fear or doubt. We are not demons. You wanted to measure the samgha, and that is very dangerous. Out of pity for you, we have manifested these transformations. The noble samgha which you claim to know deeply is immeasurable for, as it is said, Then it would be possible to sound the depth of the sea with the fine proboscis of a mosquito. But among gods and men, there is no one who is able to measure the samgha. The samgha cannot even be singled out according to its qualities and its nobility, and you claim to be able to measure the great virtuous ones according to their age. Great and small alike produce knowledge. It is not found exclusively among the old or among the young. If he is wise, brave and energetic, even a young man is an elder. If he is lazy and without wisdom, even the old man is but a child. In wanting to measure the samgha today, you have committed a great fault. If somebody wanted to sound the depth of the great ocean with his fingertip, he would be the laughing stock of the sages. Daharasutra. Have you not heard the Buddha say, "There are 4 things that, small as they are, cannot be mistaken. I, the crown prince, young as he may be, will be king of the country and cannot be despised. E. The snake, small as it may be, kills people with its venom and cannot be despised. E. A small fire, if it is badly tended, is able to burn down the forest and cannot be despised. IV. The sramanera, young as he is able to attain the noble supernatural powers and absolutely cannot be despised." Amrasutra. The Buddha also said, "There are 4 kinds of individuals like the mango. I. A mango that is green but seems to be ripe. E. A ripe mango that seems to be green. E. A green mango that seems to be green. IV. A ripe mango that seems to be ripe." It is the same for the disciples of the Buddha. I. Some are endowed with noble qualities, but by their postures and their speech do not seem to be good people. E. Others seem to be good people by their postures and their speech, but they are not endowed with good qualities. E. Still others do not seem to be good people by their postures and their speech, and they are not endowed with noble qualities. And finally, IV. Others seem to be good people by their postures and speech and are endowed with noble qualities. Why do you not remember these words and want to measure the samgha? By wanting to hurt the samgha, you hurt yourself. You have committed a great fault. It is a thing of the past and it cannot be blamed in retrospect. Therefore return to wholesome thoughts, send away doubts and regrets and listen to these stanzas that we address to you. The noble samgha is immeasurable, difficult to understand in its positions. It cannot be measured either on the basis of its background or on the basis of learning, or on the basis of majesty or on the basis of age, or on the basis of its bearing, or on the basis of eloquence. The noble samgha is a great ocean, the qualities of which are very deep. The Buddha has praised this samgha in hundreds of ways. Whatever little one gives, it produces abundant fruit. This third jewel enjoys wide renown. This is why one should venerate the samgha. There should no distinction made between old and young, learned or unlearned, light or shadow. In the same way that a man seeing a forest does not distinguish between the kampaka, the aranda or the sala trees. When you meditate on the samgha, avoid making distinctions between fools and saints. When Mahakāshyapa went forth from home, his garment was worth 100,000 gold pieces. Wishing to wear the lowly garb of a beggar, he sought for rags and tatters but found none.